Hi there, I'm Dr. Stephanie Falk. And today I want to talk about a topic that is very difficult and challenging and often met with a lot of taboo and uncertainty around even how to have the conversation. How do we best show up for someone who has lost a loved one due to suicide? What we do know from the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is that about 48,000 Americans lose their life every year due to completing suicide. And on average, each person that takes their own life leaves 6 people in the aftermath, dealing with the trauma and the grief and the loss associated with their suicide completion. So what can we do to support those people? As a therapist, I can tell you that oftentimes those people experience in the direct aftermath substantial amounts of grief and loss and self-doubt and questioning. And a lot of times they experience long-term effects as well, as it relates to mood disorders such as anxiety or depression, relationship concerns, worth and value issues. So it's really critical that we're able to show up for these people who have lost someone due to suicide, to do our part to try to support and help them in this process. So the first thing that we can do is we can show up in very practical ways. Show up, stay close, and offer some practical ways that you can help support that person. So what does showing up and staying close look like? Be on their porch, take a walk with them, be in their home, on their couch, on their bed, be close and nearby. That sends the message that they're not alone. Offer some practical ways that you can support them. Oftentimes, if you ask, very well intended, what can I do to help you, to support you? They're so overcome with grief and loss and potentially even a sense of numbness that they're not able to really respond to that a lot of times. And they'll say, I'm fine, or they just really won't even respond to the question. So have some practical things already in mind. Come to them with a very gentle idea and suggestion. I'd like to come over tonight and make you dinner. Or I've planned on arriving Friday and I'd like to mow your lawn, I'd like to do your laundry. Things like that can provide them with time and space to process while you take care of some of their practical day-to-day things. Number 2, avoid empty reassurances. I think more often than not, people, again, are very well intended, but end up saying things that tend to rub salt into the wound and are actually way more harmful than helpful. A couple of examples of these might be, well, at least they're out of their pain and suffering. Or, well, we know that they're in a better place. These just aren't helpful things to say. They're incredibly hurtful, and it demonstrates to that person that you're not really understanding their pain and you're not meeting them where they're at. Number 3, listen and avoid interrogating. I think that as human beings, we're curious creatures. And so we want to ask about the details. We want to know what led up to the suicide, how it exactly happened, things like that. More often than not, these things aren't helpful for the person that's struggling in grief and loss. So instead of doing that, what you want to do is you want to ask about their life, ask about memories that they have, ask about things that they accomplished in their life. Be inquisitive around that person and the relationship that they shared with the person that died. So I hope that it's been helpful to talk to you about some of these tips. Again, this is an incredibly difficult topic to address, and unfortunately, suicide rates continue to climb in the United States. So I think that it's important for us to arm ourselves with ways that we can really support people when we know of someone that has lost a loved one due to suicide. I appreciate you tuning in. If you don't want to miss a video, feel free to subscribe, and I hope this finds you having an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you.